Hello, Twitter writing community. This is your friend Lord Vale. I am here to promote some books because I'm noticing on Twitter, I don't get on much anymore, but I notice that there's a lot of people looking for reading recommendations. So I want to give recommendations to some books that I bought from the writing community. I'll start with the first book I bought, which is by the awesome Kelly Miller. Now, any of these books that I'm going to show you, I'm not going to give a review. I just want to show you that these are books that I have bought and read that I'm very, very proud that I bought and read. So I'm just going to kind of name drop some people who've affected me a bit. So here's Kelly Miller's Death Takes a Holiday at Pemberley. Awesome read, especially if you're into the Pride and Prejudice thing. Maggie Gilowitz, How to Make Sure Your Life Doesn't Suck. This is a really, really great book. It's not your typical self-help book. And I think you'll find a lot of great things in there, just as I have. Also, there is, hang on one second, let me grab it. Revenge of the Vampire King. Now this is a very, very, very well-written vampirotica book, so if things like over-the-top sex and blood shock you, I wouldn't buy it, but if those things interest you like they do me, then buy it. Then there's Clown Repeller, Rise of the New Villain by my dude Sho Okamoto. I just love this guy. He's awesome. His writing style is quite whimsical. Check him out. And then we have my darling Despoina Kimeradu, I hope I pronounced that right, Fated to Meet You. This is a wonderful little story. I also have the digital copy of her new one. And then there's S.V. Slice with The Summoning. I don't want to ruin a single thing about this book for you, other than to say it's really worth the read. It's a short book, but oh my god, it's really, just trust me on this one. And then Zintra Sullivan. I hope I pronounced your name right, darling. Once Upon a Death. Again, this is another one. All these books I have fallen in love with, not just because they're from the writing community, but they're really well done. You know, especially books like this. Take a chance on it. Kevin Barrick wrote a book called Creativity Brewing. His mind is really wonderful. The mechanics of it work, and it's kind of spilled into this book. I kind of hope to work with him someday. It's really cool. And then there's the ultra exciting Edge of the Breach by Halo Scott. Read it. And then we have a really action-packed, really sexy book by my goth sister Anna Masaket. I hope I pronounced your name right, darling. Behind Blue Eyes. You probably saw, those of you who actually follow me saw my pictures with the blue eyes. There was a bunch of us, and that was in promotion of this very amazing book. So please check it out. It's a really well done read. I'm not going to tell you anything about it. No spoilers. But read it. Dear writing community. Trust me. And then, of course, you could buy my book, which is back there. It's called Presenting the Aftermath by me. It's a really campy, really fun action horror comedy. It takes kind of a road trip through a nuclear wasteland, as I build it. But you can find that on lordvale.com. Anyway, writing community, so there's my little short video for you of things that I have bought from the writing community that I highly recommend. Now, I've bought some things that I wouldn't recommend, but I didn't put those on here. I'll give them a second chance. I don't like to spread negativity, so I'll give them a second chance, because people like us say, sometimes it takes years to put together a book, and some of us just whip them out like that. Either way, a lot of effort has gone into these things. So if I hate something, I don't just throw it out, because I recognize the effort involved. Sometimes I want to take a step back and take a look at it from a different point of view. So, because I want to give, proper attention to these artists, and that's what we are, we're literary artists. So thank you for your time. Twitter writing community, even though I've been absent because I have been very busy, with a lot of writing and stuff. I haven't forgotten about you. I love you dearly, and I hope that you still consider me a part of the writing community.